Welcome back. Game 2, Evil Geniuses going up against TNC. TNC having a terrific game 1, entertaining Dota, but Kyle, this draft, you said it off camera, you said it off mic, they need a perfect game for Samel now.
Yeah, it's...
Do you feel like this is one of those times where it's like, Samel said this before, like you were saying in his interviews previously, I'm just kind of zoning out and just letting like Tal and Bulba pick for me and just whatever.
Dude, Sumel's never cared about the draft. He just wants to win his mid lane, okay? Hey, that's his Dota.
That's it was. So it's the question that goes towards him, hey, what do you think you can win mid with? Or is it not even that?
It's a way.
We had it in the China Major. Like China Major where Samel was like he literally said to Bulba, like, just give me Quap. Just give me Quap. And everyone's there on the power going, Quap would be the worst possible idea right now, and they give him Quap.
It's just the Samel play style though, you know? It's when you think you're better than your opponent, and well, when you think you're better than every opponent, you know, why not?
Sure.
I will say the problem with Quap, though, is just a hero concept, specifically in a game like this, is how many deaths? How do you snowball? I would say the over-under here is 2.5. Less than that, I'm a favor EG. More than that, it's going to get tough.
That was a lot of wins for this patch. Was that 11 wins for this patch? I suppose because they've got the extra... Yeah, it's 11 games and a 73% win rate. They may have played it a lot in Moscow.
Yeah. And I will say, though, the Quap, if he has a great game, you should be able to beat the DP in the laning phase. And if you do that, you can start to really snowball hard, because Bat and AA both hate playing against Quap. Even Troll, really. No one on TNC is really great at hunting the Quap outside of team fights. Sure, you could like get ganks and stuff, but I expect Sumail to go for his utility style. Maybe a Veil into a Lincoln's specific, because if you look at Lincoln's in this game, it is insane.
Against the initiation of Bat, he's going to need that.
Sanking stun as well. And once again, though, the Arteezy Lifestealer.
Yeah.
It's
but once again, he's got multiple delivery systems. Maybe this one's a little easier for him in the Nyx Assassin, and it's the sacrificial one. Remember when Kura always used to play this Nyx, where he'd just run in there and be the vision game or the delivery.
And what's weird though is that
Bounty doing that.
So TNC, they banned Jug, right? Which you got to do, because you're going AA Sanking and then you're taking a Bat. But they picked Bat into Nyx. Sorry, it was EG that banned Jug, but you pick Bat into Nyx, and you know Lifestealer's still in the pool, which leads me to believe they just have so much faith in this EU AA that will be the difference maker, and it'll keep Arteezy's Lifestealer from really becoming that huge threat. The back lane bottom was successful, and now Arteezy TP's in, but there's no creep wave there, so he will be a full level behind this Bat.
Yeah. That's the downside for him, but the fact that Cuckoo TP down, so it's like, is this actually the matchup that they were looking for? Like to have Arteezy up against Bat Rider?
For sure, and this is why you pick the Lifestealer. You always want to ensure it goes up against the Bat. It's not surprising, but it's a bit tougher just because that Bat does have that full level advantage already.
And Fly feels very sacrificial, trying to keep Armel out of the lane, but with the Spirit Siphon and the Crypt Swarm, they have the range thanks to the rotation in from the Ancient Apparition. And Sumail, it's like, okay, I can't really do anything to help you here. I've got a level 1 Shadow Strike that was on cooldown at the time. That's
huge for Armel, because you can see he was already getting heavily out CS'd, right? This is the third wave. He's at 2-1 against the 6-2 of Sumail. This bottle, or rather the first blood, means he'll have that much needed regen and the null. Quap very much a snowballing laner. If you win the first couple waves hard, you can crush a lane. And that's why Fly's here, you know, just to try and get him that support, get Sumail that early couple null advantage.
And you want to look at a lane crush, you have a look up towards top lane, a 9-6 CS on Gabby, and he's still got a creep wave coming in towards him. But Darkseer doesn't really stop Gabby from either farming or denying. The Iron Shell's that consistent damage that you could just play around, CS around easily.
And it's also the dual support combo, right? You've got AA and a stun. It was Earth Spirit last game, it's Sanking this game. S4, he steps out of position ever so slightly, he'll just die because of that Cold Feet Sanking stun setup.
Now they'll need that camp in just a bit. This side camp to pull up or something to allow S4 to change the balance.
And you're cool with this.
All right, come on, Disruptor. You got this. JJ's been watching for this. The courier snipe down mid. How many attacks does it take? 51 damage? 1 and 2.
That's
easy done. No stick, no mango.
Yep.
And Armel, yeah.
That's really big for Sumail. You can already, he loves to play. He's almost got a personal courier for the first 3 minutes when EG plays Dota, and this allows him to just spam regen out Now that Armel's unable to do so, look for Sumail to try and continue to apply heavy pressure, try and force Armel all the way back to base.
I'm loving this ward game coming in from S4 as well as Tim's. Tim's is trying to body block this camp up every 3 minutes, combining the Burrow Strike with the Cold Feet's going to connect, so S4 is going to lose a lot of life. He's still got Surge, so he'll walk away, should not die from this. But it's the fact that EG was able to unblock the camp, but then the other camp got blocked up. Cuckoo, open wounds, Crit's coming in to help out, and they have the follow-up stun. And inside the fire and the flames are still willing to battle against Cuckoo, and this is where it's just so easy to play the Nyx Assassin to get the stun.
Yep.
But they don't have enough damage between them yet to get the kill on Cuckoo, but he cannot rejoin this lane.
And he's fine, though. He's doing better than the Darks here. That's the key. And really, if you think about who's going to use low amounts of net worth better, it's going to be the Bat Rider. He really just needs maybe a drums bots or a blink.
Sumail's going to go for mid. I think Armel is actually dead. That's a level 2 Shadow Strike, but it's Fly rotating
Sumail.
in through the rear. Sumail, he had the extra life, and here comes your strike. So it was double dot effect ticking down on Armel, and Fly actually is the one to claim the kill. TNC wants this because they're rotating Tims and AU in here, and they may still get one. The Fly turns the opposite way.
They're going to try. I would have liked to see Tims grab a CS for boots before they started making these moves. It's a lot harder to rotate because he doesn't have that catch speed.
TP did not come in time. It was a fun, smart play, but that TP just took 1 second too long.
Yeah, remember, this is all because Cuckoo got that first level under tower alone. It's so important for a Bat Rider to disadvantage this lane, and now he's just abusing these pulls. And unlike S4, who's actually just forced to jungle, only level 3, has to run all the way back to base. And as we said, like, Darkseer, he wants to buy these teamfight items. They're expensive and time-consuming to build up towards. All Bat needs is a blink. His game impact's solid.
Right? I still cannot believe how much money Gabby is getting. Solo experience and all the cash, all the denies. Is now worth at almost 2.6k right now.
It's decent.
Yeah, it's decent.
It's a bit scary for EG just because if you look at it, you know, a troll BKB, they got no answers. And this is something I like about OG's drafting patterns quite a bit. They very rarely have zero methods of dealing with BKBs. EG, you got to be afraid, especially if Gabby gets what I have to assume is like either a Battle Fury rush or maybe fast on
Fly. Nice value point up in Glimpse, pulls Cuckoo back in, and Arteezy. A much needed kill for him. That's his first of the game. Second for EG overall.
I like his decision to change it up a bit this game. Going for Orb of Venom and Phase Boots wants to ensure he can keep laning dominance down here. Now Cuckoo is going to start to struggle. Might have to move towards the jungle. Especially if EG keep 3 heroes bot. But TP's back down. This is dangerous.
Do you actually look for like these faster items, like not the Midas as well as the Radiance this game, and you go for something that's like earlier fighting for Arteezy?
I think so. I think when you have a Quap, a Disruptor, a Nyx, a Darkseer, like the whole lineup of EG is built around playing with pace. I do think that into the later phases of this game, TNC will have an edge. I want to see them prevent that.
They're just going to chain their stuns, the Cold Feet triggers, and Gabby's got more than enough damage to kill him off, but sure, Ancient Apparition take it. Can they get under the tower?
They try.
Chris not in the firefight, so he can't just spike Carapace, but Fly gets some vision. Glimpse now just comes off cooldown, but he doesn't have the range. It's a level 1 Glimpse. That's not big enough.
A good try from Cuckoo. They aggro Glyph, though. It'll keep the archers and a few of those creeps alive. Now the Radiant Glyph will come out, so it should be enough to maybe kill the Catapult. Crit, you can see, he's just tanking it. Yep, keep that alive, because that guarantees the tower.
Yeah.
Well done. A lot of base regen on Crit along with the Tangos, so doesn't mind.
Actually TPing support in. Cuckoo is already here, goes into Firefly. Once Crit, Spike, Carapace kicks in, but the Burrow Strike from SK, as you said. Oh, nice double stun. Crit's got some space into the trees, taking a lot of hits from the tower. He's got a couple, one more attack will do it. Cuckoo's got the flying vision. Crit will finally go down. And that tower is well within deny range.
Yep.
If they want to.
EG, they're definitely going to be the ones looking to play more of a skirmish style. TNC, it's all just about the pickoffs and the team fight, playing around the DP ultimate. EG not nearly as cooldown dependent, and about the Disruptor, you know, if you get that one kill, you can play aggressive and fast. Nyx Invis, Quap blinks in, you find the first. Anyone caught trying to maybe help out a hero is always susceptible with Fly getting a glimpse back. Very easy to get that exit kill with the EG aggression, so.
That's nice power of the Disruptor.
Yeah, and
Sumail got a small victory there in mid. He actually was able to de-ward the Observer. It leaves only one fresh ward, which also got scattered out by the Dire Ops. So EG, maybe that should make TNC totally blind on the map. They don't. They have one ops left on the SK in his inventory.
Yeah, but worthy of note, Sumail did skill build for the laning phase. 3 points in his Shadow Strike.
He's
0
not
points
rotating.
Exactly. It's about staying in this lane and trying to beat the death drop. 33-17 to 32-11. He's doing good so far, but it means he won't be able to accelerate as well. And it's not like he's going to be able to rotate too early. He needs a couple more minutes, then he can look to get active with the TP here and there.
That Observer Ward did get dewatered out, so this is all right, I'm interested. Like yeah, he's not going to rotate, but that's kind of fine. Like TNC, they seem to be happy to just accept the fact that Gabby's getting bigger. Even more happy to accept it if Fly can get the kill. The wall will keep Gabby away, and this keeps Fly alive.
But here comes EG looking to move over, pop the shrine a bit before Fly gets there. I know what that feels like, my buddy. I've been left behind before as well.
Surge crit forward. They just need to get this impale onto the Ancient Apparition, using Spike Carapace to help set it up. Cold feed. He's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Oh, yeah. And bottom lane, Arteezy will be going for that Midas rush, as expected.
Okay. So, no shenanigans.
Yeah, please, Arteezy, fighting. Gotta get the net worth going, my man. Yeah, Cuckoo's stuck in the jungle, though, much like S4, actually falling behind just a little bit. He might have stayed bottom just a bit too long. Tim's going to come help him clear these stacks, maybe get some experience, it looks like. And once again, a bit of a slower early game between these two teams. You know, we're looking to get online. Certainly, both squads with a plan as to how they want to execute throughout the mid-game. No real team moves able to occur until more core items come online.
I'm actually interested to see, like Sumail's build-up. He's got a crown coming out to him at the moment. You were talking about like Veil,
yeah.
But what happens if he gets hit by the Silence of Death Prophet? Do you get like a defensive Yule Scepter over on your cop?
I don't like things like Yules in a game like this because there's follow-up disables, right? So yeah, you catch the silence, you want to Yules it off. A Sand King could just stun you. It's wasted gold in that sense. It's far better, I feel, to maybe go for like a second or third item BKB, ensure that there's really nothing on TNC can do to kill you, unless it's a troll with a lasso.
Oh, Tims, that is not what he wanted to have happen. He just wanted to Burrow Strike Arteezy, take the rune and get the hell out of there, but Spike Carapace is a fantastic ability. I clicked E and positioned perfectly.
Indeed. Here comes the Midas along with the 2 tomes for EG, just the 1 tome. For TNC, looks like they're going to be giving it to the AA, who should be very close to level 6 once he utilizes it. No DP ults used so far by Armel, though. Very important. And it looks like he's actually going to be going first item Ags. Of course, one of the new scepters, a lot of players consider it the best, where it ensures that any instance of damage is actually providing an extra ghost that goes out and attacks. And if you're using the new terrain and a Death Prophet Ags comes in, guess what, kids? Your FPS can drop all the way down to like 40. And it's great.
You just have it going. It's like, wow, is there actually a game-breaking bug that's inside of here that's going to make it so you could win? Well, no,
dude, just wait.
We could terrorblade this stuff.
I hope the game gets like 80 minutes and like the Darkseer particles combined with the ghosts start breaking everything.
Fantastic information. He was underneath the sentry ward, so Armel got a small glimpse of it. But this is the tower when Fly's got Wall and Storm up. The level 6 of Disruptor arriving well before the AA. And they're utilizing it instantly.
And this is the big edge for the EG lineup. All 3 of their cores are excellent at pushing lanes, and their 2 supports are arguably the best killers in Dota.
Arteezy gonna rage up. Where is this TP? He doesn't want to do it. He wants to try and walk it off. Support is TPing over. It's in the form of the Disruptor. Remember, he doesn't have that combination available anymore, but he can just wall things up, or he can just glimpse Gabby. No, okay. Oh, okay. He'll infest and doesn't glimpse Gabby. He glimpse Batrider instead.
Yeah. Once again, Gabby not going for the greedy build. He's going to go Yasha, Diffusal queued up, Arteezy, once again.
Oh, the Ice Blast. Oh, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. The Rage is going to make sure he doesn't tick too much.
He's dead. Tick. To the second to last
tick. Tick.
Last tick. That was close. Unfortunate, though. That really smarts, doesn't it?
It really does. Nice.
Excellent usage of the Chabot TNC. Yeah, but look at the net worth, though. EG, comfortable positions, really just Gabby, who's snowballing. And a big part of this is the Armel DP. You know, I think he's one of the best, like, most talented mid players, if not the most talented mid player in SEA. But heroes like Death Prophet, Razor, Viper, DK, not really his forte, and he still has yet to use the ultimate, even if it's for farming. This is far too useful of a spell to just hold on to, and it's why his net worth has fallen off. You want to be taking objectives with the DP, not just farming through the jungle.
Yeah. It's actually kind of funny, like they're dodging a lot of fights on top lane. There's that one observe ward that's, like, it's still got 3 minutes left on it at the moment, but it initially scouted the movement of EG moving north, but then they got the kill.
Yeah.
But it spotted every single thing since then. Like Nyx Assassin going invis, being surged up and pushed forward by the Darkseer, all of that was being watched, and TNC just totally avoid Crit's movement this time around.
And we have a similar scenario as last game, where this time it's
Back
TNC. Oh.
They've got to get away from this thing.
TNC, they don't have a hero to buy the sustain items again. And that's a problem when you're playing against Darkseer, who's always going to be able to pick those up. It'll give them EG a big edge in the later team fights that come out. As you've been noticing, like, they also have the ability to move around the map a lot easier. Every time Vendetta is up, every time Disruptor is active, they can look to find kills. Gold advantage, flip-flopping, still 5-5, but thus far I'd say EG's got an edge. Bot's finished on Cuckoo, so he's just going to try and deal with the split push pressure.
Yeah. And it really does feel like, hey, you're one game victory away from getting into the winners bracket final. Like, that's like, sure, you'll definitely take that. TNC, like, you're flagging them as the dark horse for this tournament, and they've been exactly that, but they've performed so well at the top teams. Like, it's not, like, it's even better when a team does this, and it's not based off the mistakes of another team.
Yeah.
It's based off the fact they're coming in and actually playing a good game of Dota.
No, dude, Armel and Gabby have been two of the best SCA core players for some time. And
I always thought James was one of the best support players of SCA.
Yeah, they just needed, I think Heen's the perfect complement. And, you know, I don't want to oversell his impact, but you look at TNC, a bunch of younger guys, a very emotional team, very loud team. You can tell by their chat wheeling. It's pretty similar to what we hear live in the arena. And
yeah, I hope we actually have like live mics on the players during the event, as well as the British crowd, which is going to be, like, if you're coming tomorrow, I cannot wait to actually have the British crowd around us.
You put that up against Heen, one of the most mild, like, mellow, soft-spoken guys you'll ever meet. The embodiment, the epitome of calm. And I think it's the perfect thing for TNC, because really they just needed an identity. They needed someone to teach them how to play as 5 players, not just 5 individuals, because the sum of their parts is going to be something special. They can really put it all together, and it's a good time to get started. Still 3 months to TI. They got some time to work.
Yeah, get some momentum up and running. You've already qualified for the major. You get a good position there and go all the way. Mid lane, TNC's rotating over to try and stop this. They are smoked up. Here comes your Ice Blast. It's a great backline to hit both S4 as well as Crit. Spy Carapace comes up to at least reflect some of the earlier damage, but they push him back with the Flame Ring and drag through Crit. With a double thumb from Tim Zamail, the Sonic Wave pushing everybody back out again. The Storm from Fly, this will help return around to a 1-for-1 trap with the Cold Feet. S4 can't get himself away from this one. Neither can Fly, and the silence, it hit Queen of Pain, but Blink is coming off corner, but Rooted trapped everything. She thought Trees was protecting her, but nothing was. EG, that at the start looked okay after they escaped the Ice Blast, but it went downhill quickly.
I want to note, look at where Troll is and what he did in that fight, and then look at where Arteezy is and what he did in that fight. And I'm not saying that Arteezy did the wrong thing, but he's itemizing to be stronger later.
Yeah.
Gabby, for 2 games in a row, is itemizing to play with this team and try and get this mid-game advantage that they were able to utilize to win that first. And we'll see. It's a tougher ask, though. They don't have that easy way to play Dota. You know, put the Wraith King go in front, keep my sniper alive. This time, EG, a lot more tools to win fights as the game drags on, but gonna have to play a bit sharper. And still, by the way, I don't believe we've seen a DP ult used. He's now level 12. So it's very powerful. I'd like to see them go for this mid-tier 1.
It's always hilarious watching like a Death Prophet now going for this really just tanky kind of style. Like Hooded Defiance first, Point Booster as well. Like, it's not a Eul Scepter, it's not a Dispel, which was always the old way of doing it. Like, a Death Prophet will go up in the air, you can't touch it, but her Exorcism will still do the work.
Yeah, but it's the same thing, I think, where if you pop yourself up with the Yules, there's just too many disables, too much EG can do as you come back down.
Like Disruptor, ulti down,
and it also doesn't increase your damage output like Ags does. So better to just get that raw survivability item, the Hood, right into that scaling item.
Yeah, you just need to change your Yules then, so you can have it like a Rubik toss. Like, I could fly on the way down. Like, we're going to battle royale this. I can just parachute myself in a different direction. Never going to happen. And should not happen. S4. He's trying to be the bait, running along the front lines. Crit's right behind him. It's like, if you want to jump, if you want to move forward, he'll be there with the Spy Carapace. Armel a little bit too far up. S4. Oh, there's your Burrow Strike. They found the target. They found Fly. He was too close. The follow-up style. He won't be able to survive. The one-shots won't do enough, but here comes your Ice Blast. is going to chill everybody. Queen of Pain may shatter when Tips in the back line with a Burrow strike. He catches 2 into the epicenter. He'll get both S4 and crit. Evil Genius is massively punished off positioning by TNC, and they want more of the silence. It cancels the surge. S4 has no other choice but to stay and to die, and who's not there?
I'm so confused, Toby. Like, TNC is standing in front of the tower for 30 seconds. They're not going anywhere, EG. Fly wanders just into stun range, like, and just dies. If you're a hard 5 position playing an int hero, you can't be targeted like that. As soon as he goes down, EG are wrecked. And they, again, like as you said, Arteezy's not participating in the game. And it's not, this is what EG wants him to be doing, just trying to accelerate. But if you're going to play 4-1 like this, you got to ensure not to give away advantage. Great punish by TNC, but really, EG just kind of asked for that to go down.
But maybe this is also the, like, we're talking about the start. You've said, like, maybe EG is going to be a little bit jet lagged. Maybe they're not 100% there. We are going later in tonight than they're probably expecting. And you just got to shore yourself up. But they're professional players, got a lot of experience. They probably played through worse. So EG just need to regather their mindset, and maybe on the back of this momentum that Arteezy can provide, he only needs another 350 gold, and that Radiance is done.
I'm scared. Look at Sumail. Not just the net worth, the number of deaths. The over-under 2.5. He's only got one more life before I feel like his hero might just fall off too far.
And Chris dead.
For EG to recover.
He can't TP out. Spine Carapace isn't available. Vendetta is, however. But Cuckoo's got dust, triggers it, so crit, slow him up, burn him up, and he's just moving around in circles.
Really well done there.
That turn rate really slowed down.
And I love that he didn't rush the Blink Dagger here. Wanted to ensure he would keep accelerating. I know I said, if he just gets a Blink left high impact, but this way he can continue to accelerate. And more importantly, you don't want 2 methods of Blink initiation. The Sanking's already going to be rushing.
Tims knows he's safe. He put down a sentry ward inside the tree line, so no one's going to surprise him.
And Arteezy does finish the Radiance, so EG getting closer to their timing. They've given away a few kills and a bit of an advantage, but still in a position to win this game for sure.
They're smoking before the Radiance has arrived.
And I'm concerned. I talked about how the supports are great at roaming, finding kills, but they haven't been able to do that. It's the crit 053. Look at the net worths.
Does this always feel odd, though? Like when you smoke up, you go to the other side of the river and the courier is literally saying, hey, look this way. There's no observer wall that's going to see it. So it's fine on that front.
It's tough. You always want to try and make the move a bit earlier than the timing comes out, so it's less expected. But this time, again, TNC, they've learned their lesson. You know, still playing around as 5. When EG's off map, they are not giving them an opportunity to catch them unawares. Look at even the sentries, the 5 of them, 6 of them rather, just keeping EG isolated, and then there's 3 more on the top side of the map.
Remember they cap now. You can't just buy unlimited sentries.
Yeah, Blink Dagger is finished as well, I believe. No, actually, wow, okay, cool. Tims went for the hood. So I was talking about how they have that lack of a hero to buy the teamfight items.
Fire Strike jumping forward. The Ice Blast going to connect as well. It's big hits. S4 trying to back up. That defensive heal set, they're actually helping save Sumail so they can blink away. The Storm is good. Death Rob is caught in time, but with the Sonic Wave, actually pushes it out of the Storm. They don't have the detection available. There is a Sentry Ward now being planted. A double stun out through Armel as well as Tims, but they want to go for more. Another silence, just making sure the Queen of Pain can't just blink herself away. Good defensive wall from Fly, but Cuckoo, he flies around despite Carapace. Stun's coming off cooldown for Crypt, but the Glimpse will buy the space with the Burrow Strike. Sumail, he came back closer. Defensive Yules. Yeah, he actually uses it aggressively. Sends Armel up and blinks away himself.
Yeah, there is an AA ult available. Remember, True Sight does not reveal. True Sight does not reveal.
Sumail's fine. He's more than regenerated. Oh, he's going to blink into it. Oh, wait. He's TPing to the tier 2 tower already. He ain't going to regen there, but it's fine. He got bottle charges.
Dude, I'm sorry. That's another big mistake from Fly. Like, the detection's not planted. The Death Prophet lives. Huge Glimmer Cape pickup from EU. Second game in a row on this AA. He rushes this item. And without detection, not just does DP survive, but as soon as the Lifestealer Rage fades, he's just dead. He's standing in melee range of a Death Prophet getting drained with a ton of max HP. You're just going to go down.
I actually thought there was maybe I'm just tripping a little bit, but there was a Dire Sentry on top of that camp where the Ogres were.
Yeah, but it wasn't placed in time.
Yeah, but it's gone now. There wasn't a sentry in range to get rid of it. Either way, must be D1 over D1. Chris going to have a lot of trouble here. But then again, maybe not Sand King. Sumail, that's easy fly. The double Burrow strikes up. But It won't be enough to save him. Dead for 44 seconds. This may... can't actually open up Roshan.
This is the right move from TNC. They don't have the DP ult, and they don't have the Troll BKB. He's coming with it now.
Silence, fly!
There's a blink on the vat, ready to rock it. Oh, Smell.
He does not want to be involved in this. That lasso is almost in range. A trigger a drum charge, try and close the distance, but Samel still got his own blink and had S4 very close by as well to help.
It just, again, it feels like 2 games in a row. It's the TNC supports that are really the difference makers in the series, just really outplaying the EG duo thus far. 4-1-9 on the EUAA. You can see why they're confident first doing this hero 2 games in a row.
And he just keeps getting bigger and bigger because they got him to level 10 very early on. So that 90 gold per minute talent has just, it's been kicking in for, I think, actually 10 minutes now.
Yep. And it's crazy. I mean, Gabby has a 60 CS advantage on our tour, 50 rather, and he's ahead in net worth, even though he's been participating. But this is just the benefit. If you're taking these fights and winning them, you're always going to outfarm,
Funny thing
outproduce.
Is, it's only 300 ahead. They're looking for a Roshan fight, but no one's there.
Yeah.
Like, it's a 4-man smoke up from EG, but Arteezy was the open one. If he was in that smoke too, they could have maybe slipped in.
Yeah,
it would have been dangerous against that.
I really love the decision from Tim's. Just, he's going to be going for the pipe. I expect he'll go for like a Crimson or something next. You just want to ensure you stay alive, specifically your Death Prophet. The supports, just cast your spells. If you die, who cares? As long as the DP and Troll are good, you're good.
The timing! Samel gets away!
You got to find some quick casts, Cuckoo. Spam that.
He definitely felt something. Troll started up on Roshan now. The Firefly, they can get this chain off stun. They actually break him. The stun doesn't connect, so Cuckoo could just walk it off. Roshan still going down in the meantime, bashing up Gabby. He doesn't actually have enough sustain.
Nope.
He doesn't have enough life for this. He's only got the Yasha. There's no Sanj in that.
It's just, right now, TNC's got the edge. If you're EG, you need to try and take out the arm out Death Prophet, but look at his health. He also, this is cool, check out the talent. You almost never see people go magic resist over damage, but this is one of those games I feel like it's warranted. You're playing against a Radiance. Lifestealer's still mostly magic damage at the moment. Every other hero on EG, there's no physical there.
Yep.
So he's surprisingly tanky, and yeah, you can see.
Yeah, very odd to go for it, but it definitely works.
I like it. I really like it in this game because he just has to stay alive, right? EG know if they don't take out the Death Prophet, they're going to be in trouble. They have the BKB on Troll as well. It's important TNC get a fight and get one soon. The Ags up on Death Prophet as well. Would not be surprised to see a smoke move come out. And I do believe that's what they're heading for right about now.
This whole game still feels like it's just continuously slowing down until more and more items appear.
Yeah.
Like, Samel's going to get his treads in just a second. Cuckoo again is trying to find a kill. If they get a kill, they could open up Roshan. But until then, they're concerned about it. Darkseid loves playing around the pit. Same with Disrupted. This combination is scary if TNC cluster.
And the next, the pickups you're looking for if you're TNC to close out, you need level 18 on the Death Prophet, that'd be big, and you want to make sure that Sankey can finish pipe before this fight if you can, but they're just going to go straight into the pit. EG, you want to make sure you fight this. TNC, they're not quite as strong as possible, and our tour just finished a death cell. So
Samel's taking the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. In the meantime, the crew wave's going to do that. They're TPing in, they're blinking up. Crit's coming in close. Where's this detection? Cuckoo, he's waiting up on the hill of sentries there. The blink lasso, he found Darkseid keeping S4 out of the pit. Roshan taken. Gabby has the Agency Mortal. Cuckoo may lose his life for this, but is it going to be worth it? It is when Darkseid dies. The buyback comes in quickly. The Sonic Wave, Gabby is so low. They blink away. They don't want to fight him while the BKB is up. Back to the shrine, but there's no regeneration from this. Arteezy, he needs to kill Gabby. While in the river, they're losing their extra support. Say goodbye to the Nyx. The Agency Mortal will break, but then quick fight back. He needs to TP in quickly in order to get the stump, but the ball comes up without the BKB. Gabby can't walk away from this one, and they want to chase more. S4 with it back, pulling back Armel. They'll do it anyway by glimpsing of the Death Prophet. A huge kill to claim. That big network means big money.
And that right there is just the story of this game. TNC, you've got the superior team fight, but when your ult fades, when the BKB on Troll's down, you can no longer win these engagements. And EG, thanks to Disruptor, you're going to find the extra core kill every single time. So you're going to punish TNC for any mistakes. They make sure you get the Aegis, but that's certainly an EG win. They actually remove the gold advantage, and Aegis is gone as well.
And they took the tier 2 tower on bottom. They'll take the tier 1 tower on top. And by the looks of it, with the amount of damage they're pumping out,
Yep.
Like, they're going to get more. It always feels a bit funky, too, when you see Veil over on a quad without the cooldown reduction. It's all attack speed now.
You got to question whether that was the right time for TNC to press their advantage, right? They were half a level from 18 on Death Prophet. If he has a level 3 ultimate there, the Roche is dying fast enough for them to be able to help their troll. Instead, they're still dealing with the supports in the river.
We have
and there's no pipe either.
So this is Cuckoo dying. So this is just the tail end of the engagement.
But it's just not getting out in time. There's no way you're helping Gabby. He's stuck on a high ground. There's so much disable on the side of EG, and that glimpse, as you can see, it's a huge kill. This is a huge kill, and they just get it for no cost.
No way to get out of it either.
Yep, and they get map control now. And bear in mind, like, they hit their timing right as that fight started. They got the Deso on our tour, and then immediately they're fighting in the pit, while TNC still had a couple things they could have done to ensure a proper spike. That's the difference maker. Dota's a game of very small margins, and EG using everything he can.
He doesn't see. He has an observe ward in the river that doesn't look up on the high ground, but the EG ward has a little bit of extra height to it, so it saw Cuckoo coming. This is fun from Fly. He's building an Aghanim Scepter without any other item. There's no support. There's no utility style items. So it's bold. But he's also just hanging in the trees.
Yep.
Using Dire Observe would probably just at least damage the creep wave. There's only a level 2 Thunderstrike though. That's not going to damage anything.
Yeah, but if you check out the net worth, Arteezy, you're talking about how he was just farming. Well, it's starting to pay off. The Deso, the AC soon to be finished. The physical damage is no longer going to be a problem for EG. You got to look at TNT. Like, they got the early BKB on Troll. They had the Death Prophet, just they didn't push it enough.
Maybe they push now. A double damage on the Troll Warlord. They've still got now a 9-second BKB on him. Armel has a level 3 Exorcism. I think they're ready to fight. They just need the jump. Arteezy's adding pressure towards the bottom, but TNC will push faster.
Yep, and they might just look to go here. This feels like what they need to do, because EG will outscale them. They have the double damage.
You've got Pipe, you've got everything else. Gabby initiated on. They just put Batrider on the bottom lane, however, so Gabby back in the wall. He begins his BKB TP out, and everybody else, you get out to safety as well. Armel begins his TP. Tims will get out. They'll be fine. But I don't know if TNC were all on the same page there.
Yeah, definitely a bit hectic. They weren't sure whether they wanted to take a fight in EG's base or not. It's difficult because while you could probably take a 5-on-5, that's not the number you're going to be playing against. There's going to be buybacks coming out. So you're going to get that initial kill, using the BKB, using the lasso. But when that hero buys back, you're in trouble. And it's very difficult to cut your losses because of that disruptor factor.
A gift from the
And now TNC move towards the bottom lane. They're hunting around the 30-minute runes. Because at the moment, they're not getting any of them. Like, Batrider's going to bottle one up now. Whoop, hello. Samael comes in. Quick Yule Scepter. Just wants to buy some time. Luckily, as the Yules brings him down, Cuckoo takes damage, so he can't just blink up quickly after us, after anyone. But
yep, I really like Smel's item build this game as well. The Yules obviously has already paid for itself, saving him a couple of times. Yeah. Still just with 2 deaths, by the way. Still in that win condition. Yeah. And now going for the Mjolnir to ensure his auto attack damage is the real threat on the hero. You can then save the ult.
It's the fun thing about the Yules, right? Like you talked about, like, a lot of setup stunts, but like the way Samel plays it, like he's always seeming to know where it's going to come from. The other times he's used aggressively to blink defensively.
Yeah,
it's a nice way of just mixing up what is normally viewed as a defensive item, especially on like heroes like Death Prophet.
Yep. And the AC is going to now be finished on Arteezy as well. This is pretty much an EG power spike. You've got the Greaves pipe on S4. So this is an AC and a Greaves advantage. That is a big deal in these 5-on-5 clashes, especially when you consider how much of a role physical damage it plays a part. And really, TNC's ability to win fights, that's all they've really got.
Like evasion as well, like the level 20 talent. Yeah, it's all...
Yep.
It's all coming up, and then they can also put the Mjolnir effect on him too. Yep. So just send him to the front lines and let him fight.
It does not, however, affect ghosts. Those do not miss. But Troll, however, he certainly shall.
Information galore.
So TNC, they're just a bit confused. I like that they're holding hands. You don't want to be caught off guard by EG. They still respect the mobility and kill potential of these two supports, but
It's happening again. This is just like game one.
Yeah.
TNC knows EG are on the bottom part of the map, so once again they just set themselves up around the jungle. And EG, they're going to wrap around all the way around the back on the back of this smoke. Tims is close and he'll break it. Quick observer ward down. Sentry will counter it, so they lose that vision. But look at Arteezy. He just wants to kill. He's going after Death Prophet. Exism did get off in time with a Burrow strike in the back line. S4 can't be involved, but Arteezy, not on the cliff. He got pulled up and killed off at TNC. They send the message of memes. S4's on the run as well. TNC just continuously going, finally the drop through wall, buy back to get into this game, and maybe they can look for something. A back, a wall, a combination. Armel's pulled back into it. Without the Arteezy, they don't need him. A double kill for Armel, but Armel got pushed back out of the silence. S4's been killed off by this Exism. All the physical damage still sustained for the TNC. They lost the Bat Rider for that committal from EG. And the tier 2 tower as well.
Dude, that's like, it's Tims, right? Breaking the smoke. He misses the stun completely, right?
Yep.
But at least he ensures EG don't get the fight they were looking for. And Arteezy, like, he just when you rage early, let's watch this replay. Like, this is the easiest play in the world. You lasso him right to the cliff. Like, how many times? You know what the definition of insanity is, Toby? You do the same thing over and over. You expect a different result. You're going to live on this cliff, Artur.
That wasn't even his cliff. That was Samael's cliff, technically. At least he was the latest one that was up there. But my God, EG.
It's just really...
Maybe Ice Rock was trying to help him. Like, he continuously removes cliffs that you can get clipped on. Like, you normally get pushed back off most of them.
Yeah, I love watching this new TNC, man. This is... They had almost too much discipline for the last 5 minutes, but it pays off. And they get the fight that EG wanted, but they out-execute. And now they've bought space and time. Roche could respawn from any moment to about 3 minutes from now. And for that upcoming engagement, you're going to have a BKB now on the Death Prophet. That is a huge item for survivability. No longer will EG be able to lock him down.
Onto the sentry. Crypt, you don't want to be there. Glimpse going to try and pull back the SK, but he's already out of the stun. Crypt, he needs a little bit more distance to the line. So they found both the supports. Ice Blast flies forward. 2 heroes down, and that's a long time dead.
No
TNC.
buyback on fly.
Roshan's not up yet. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. It's a little too long, so they can just push mid instead. But Exism's in 10.
This is perfect. Like, what was EG doing there? They just had 2 supports. He quaps in blink range, sure, but that's not an engagement you can look to fight. And TNC's been holding hands for the last 7 minutes of this game. They're just going to go right up the high ground.
Let's watch EG be tested now. Arteezy moves forward. Once again, the Yor Scepter able to protect the Death Prophet. Pushed away. Triggers the Exism. Now it comes off cooldown. They push the tier 3 tower. Samel's got Sonic Wave in 2 seconds time. S4's got back and wall. And they need to combine all of this together. But Tims is waiting so far in the back lines. Hilarious thing is, the Mjolnir is making it difficult for Tims to blink himself in because it's bouncing through and cancelling his blink dagger at the most inopportune time, so he moves to the front lines instead.
They can look to push for Araxi. They still have a bit of DPL time. But EG, they want to fight while this fades.
He's surging him, but TNC, they feel that the buyback from Nyx is enough. The tier 3 tower will go down.
Oh, this is so huge. They can push the envelope just a bit longer than you'd expect because they know Fly has no buyback. His buyback would be the real threat, as we've seen.
They're coming. The double silence. Death Prophet creates the space on the back of her Exism running out. She did not want to have the fight. She still had the BKB, but you don't want to waste it. SK, Burrow strikes away. Hopefully, yep, they have enough damage, EG. They get something for their buybacks.
Aegis, Roche is up. There's a cheese there as well, but buyback is available on Tims. S4 checks the pit, but this is the fight. Even game, Toby.
Ice Blast was also just used. It missed in mid. It flew over them. I don't think EG was aware of this. They put down a defensive observer ward very quickly. De-warded out as EG. They want Roshan, but Vortex sees in.
TNC just wants to stop. EG want to fight now before DPL is going to pump it. Armel, he misclicks.
What was that smoke? He's still got the BKB available, Armel, so he can walk himself out of this. Or can he find a snap at Agnes? Now he'll BKB up the Sonic Wave. Armel so low for the Spirit Side. Taking on life for Tims. He comes in, combining with the epic.
Oh my God.
Cannot live through this. The back wall. It's nice, but it's not good enough.
All the heroes to initiate on Toby, the Death Prophet with no ultimate and a fresh BKB. It's not the hero. Armel even playing with them, standing in the Disruptor ult as if he's in trouble and just gets himself healed nearly to full. Great double stun, great buyback from Tims, but how does EG not see that coming? Now they buy back on Arteezy.
Oh my god, they need this, Roshan, if they're going to have any way to try and tip the balance of all these buybacks. There's economical
Look
damage.
at the gold shift.
It has been so close for so long. Like, we're starting to peak up once more.
Man, and it's just so tough now because, yes, sure, you've equalized. You've prevented TNC from taking that Roche, but
look at the buyouts as well.
And
A full Scotty just got purchased over on Sumail.
No
he
buyback.
needs it to control, but he has to sacrifice his buyback for it.
And if he dives that third time, Toby, EG's going to be in some real trouble.
Oh, here they go. The jump in. They found their target. Ice Blast forward. Crits in a world of fun, but the four-star Cuckoo, he gets the lasso. The Glimpse will pull him back, so Fly will be okay. But here comes Arteezy, looking for the kill over on Tim. A quick four-star from Gabby. Goes after S4. S4, he's really just a back. He's a pipe. He's everything else. Sumail, blink away. The defensive Yule
They got
sets up.
silence.
It dodges Tim. The silence is there. Another send-up. The storm is great for Fly. Looking at Mel and Gabby, but the BKBs are there. Gabby can't get back out. Arteezy needs to kill him now. But the time, he's going to get satanic. All the life you want. Bathe in the blood of EG. It rains blue blood. Arteezy needs to get out of here. A double kill for him. Sumail's going to go man-on-man with Dead Prophet. He has to blink away in time. But Arteezy thinks he can go in for ball. Phase boots are coming off cooldown. Here's your glimpse. Pull it back into the wall. The damage. Arteezy does get the triple kill. They're bleeding, but they're fighting.
What a fight from EG. Sumail going toe-to-toe with Armel, blinking out just in time. Still anybody's game, because neither side really have an advantage capable of taking Roche at the moment. Maybe Artur could get in the pit, but still anybody's game. Huge creep wave top with 2 catapults as well, pushing into the TNC side.
This seems to be so crazy, just how effective EG can be. Now the BKB cooldown timers are so low.
Man, and if that stun had landed from Tims on the Sumail, like you said yourself, the Yule's timings have been near flawless. If he gets stunned there, I think EG lose the fight and possibly the game, but instead preserves himself and then is able to just look at him flick into Armel.
Well, we come back live, a little bit of troubles. Fly. He was on a mission of vision. And,
and Sumail, like, he's got the spell life steal, the attack speed. He went full auto attack build, and it means he can go toe-to-toe with this death throw, and even with that ultimate ticking. And unfortunately, EG, they can't get the Roche. TNC will have another opportunity to take a 5-on-5 with all their spells available.
Look at EG coming. They're looking for a fight, but TNC aren't obliging. They're already in full retreat. Cuckoo's over in the side. The Ice Blast is looking towards Roshan. He's regenerating pretty damn quick.
And remember, look, checking out these buybacks. None on SK, none on Bat. For EG, you still don't have one on Fly for a few more minutes, but specifically the Lifestealer, the Nyx, and the Darkseer all no ability to buy back into these fights. And also, it's a shame, TNC were unable to take out the Dire Top Shrine, so they don't have that teleportation advantage around the pit. They're going to look to smoke again.
It's
Here
a
it comes.
5-man group up. They want Roshan. Exorcism in 18 seconds. The bottom lane, hilarious enough that tier 1 tower is actually still up, but they're all going to walk into each other in the mid. This time EG has their own high ground. Fly will reveal himself by putting down the bite, and it's Tims who breaks the smoke. Actually, it's Nyx who breaks the smoke on Tims. The dust comes out. It didn't actually clip onto crit. The sentry wards are a little bit too far away, and EG can move back to their shrine. It doesn't have a charge, but it's a position of comfort.
Runes have spawned. They need a gem on the side of TNC. At this point, if you lose it, obviously it's a huge suffer, but it feels like they need it, because otherwise, I mean, really, a battle of the 4 positions, right? Both doing such a great job controlling vision. It's like half the smokes in this game been neutralized by either crit or Tims.
So EG is taking tier 2 tower up on top. Gabby's trying to force in the mid to get EG to TP home. And you don't want to pull a Cloud9 right now. Like, the only person who can't TP back is Fly. It's on cooldown. But Gabby's doing the best he can. Take out the shrines. Take control of this map. It's crazy that after that tier 3 tower fell, the EG still have their shrine next to Roshan. TNC have not been able to get up there and get rid of it, and they really need to.
And they're showing both cores bottom. EG, they're trying to posture on the Roche pit, but because the illusions were in the pit, they know that they couldn't have started just yet. And these wards also keeping an eye on where EG is. TNC getting some free objective gold to boost up their coffers. I'd really love to see Gabby sell that Wraith Band. Finish your MKB. You need that item to go toe-to-toe with the Arteezy Lifestealer.
They're smoking again. TNC are on the long walk, so at least use the extra movement speed. And here comes your AA Blast. It's looking towards Roshan once more. Kind of big that this is already being committed before the fight begins, but he doesn't let it hit. So EG won't know.
Yeah, and that's why they're hesitating. You don't want to
Actually,
take this
do they?
fight.
The sentry was there.
No,
it doesn't.
You don't see
doesn't,
Ice Blast.
Doesn't work. Yeah, okay.
A necessary change and one of the big buffs that I think increased the quality of life of AA, makes them pickable. Lincoln's finished on Arteezy, huge item choice, along with the 2-second range duration.
They see Tim's. They don't know if they can go for it. Drag the creep wave up, at least stopping the momentum. The TNC are trying to get up through mid, but Gabby, he knows, like, okay, well, he'll break the Lincolns. Yeah, he's using Diffusal to do it.
And that's huge, because as soon as the Lincolns is broke, all of a sudden now Cuckoo's got that possibility of just blink lassoing in. But they need the MKB on Troll if they want to be able to actually Zerg down this Lifestealer.
This really feels for EG. It's like, do we do this? I don't know if we should do this. It seems like a good idea.
It's just tough. Neither side is really in a position where they have a huge advantage in fights. They need proper spell casting and target selection. You can't do that without vision. And neither side is going to wander into wards carefree. Both sides doing a really good job.
Here comes Batrider with, like, okay, you have the end of the DD. Range axes will not connect. Lifesteal open.
Just Gabby and Arteezy poking back and forth.
I really don't know about this. They'll find the Dire Observer ward. So that was meant to be the big ward for EG to see when TNC would bring support. So if they're showing on bottom lane, they TP, they're trying to contest Roshan, that had that information.
Important to note, the level 25s were hit faster by EG. You're going to have the tome pump perfect. It's so good for you. He was 24.5 on Summel, gets to the tome, now he's 25. Scream of Pain has now become a disable. 1.5 second fear, 2 seconds longer on the Rage for Artur. Look at the TNC heroes. Troll just now going to hit 25. Good that they've preserved that Roche fight until he could finish it off. I expect that he'll go for the Battle Trance Strong Dispel, which isn't really super impactful, but I gotta say, those EG 25s, they are. It's the Death Prophet that's important. Whether he gets 8 Spirits or Exorcism grants haste, either is excellent when you consider the amount of slows on EG.
Yeah. If he can just move fast in and out, one stun won't be enough, but you'd be really concerned if you do get caught inside that Disruptor ulti, because Fly's been working towards it. They're giving him the money inside the jungle. He's 200 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter, and then these items won't help you.
And I'll be honest, I think TNC, you want to continue to chill. They don't have 25 on the Death Prophet, they don't have BKB on Cuckoo, and they don't have the MKB on the Troll. He has buyback, however, so they will be able to fight with those.
Does he want to burn the Exorcism? The fight's going to be coming pretty damn soon. They put down the Vortex. Here comes the Exorcism. Roshan's at 50% at the moment. Acres and cheese from this little sucker. Can they get close enough for it? Roshan, he's almost gone. EG, you commit now or never. They jump in the last over. It got the grabber from Samino combining with the Ice Blast and the fourth arrow strike. Samel's going to instantly die. 100 seconds on the sideline. He'll buy back in, but remember the Acres are in the hands of Gabby. They want to try and fight.
They get to the high ground before the glimpse can come out. EG, they have to pursue.
They need vision. They need vision. The surge forward. Is there an open wounds? Is there something? There's no vision on the high ground. Observer and Sentry belongs to TNC, not to evil geniuses.
I gotta question the buyback. The big spell was already burnt, right?
Do they push? Exorcism will be down. Lasso will be down. Can they actually?
20 seconds.
Yeah, 20 seconds. It's not long, but it's an opportunity.
Like, you can't.
Then again, it's against an Aegis.
It's an Aegis. There's a Troll in front of the big. Like, it just doesn't work.
They want to. They found Death Prophet over on the side. Crit, that could be the biggest grab if they can get him. He's got your center as well as Cheese Fire Strike from Tim on the Samel. He can't get the Sonic Wave off, but here comes your Ice Blast once again. He blinks. He dodges the Ice Blast. Still chewed up a little bit. They broke the Aegis, but there's no buyback for the Death Prophet. Gabby being forced to have to wait. They just want to be able to retreat. Arteezy moving so quickly, and he got the vision. Gabby clicks back in. He doesn't have BKB. He's got the Titanic. If they get Sunny Buff, now Gabby gets all the life back, combining with the Epicenter. A little bit of a spike cameras makes it difficult to keep the chase going, however, but Gabby, Titanic is now worn off. The wall's up once more, and they can just keep going. Glimpses of cooldown in 2 seconds time. Someone else will be pulled back into the depths when the double stun is out. Gabby and Tim in trouble, but he has a 3-man stun. You got 2, I got 3. The fear, Tim's doesn't want to walk too far away. He's waiting, they're backing, they know he's here. The sand is still in their eyes. He's like a bad beach, you just can't get it out of your shoes.
Oh my god, but I can't believe that could have been so much worse for TNC. Armel in the middle of nowhere with no buyback. I cannot believe EG won't get more of a punish off.
They're not going to push. Well, they may not know he doesn't have buyback available. Like, that's probably the only thing that's stopping them. With a Blink Lasso, they could be pushed into a bad position.
Yeah, and this is the big thing. Look, those 2 items, those are huge. They needed the gem. Finally, we get the gem. Crit now will have a much harder time trying to have good positioning in these engagements. Going to have to use that blink here flawlessly.
And
more importantly, yes, so Carapace no longer stops Cuckoo in his tracks. He can just gun for either Quap or Lifestealer. You see any save on EG? You see any method of breaking this lasso? Because there isn't. And if he can just get that target and bring it to Gabby, that's a kill.
And it's like when Sumail may even want to move off the Bloodthorn he's trying to build into and get yourself something like a Hex. Arteezy, nice rage. The never-ending duration lets him back out, but we've already got the Orchid now over on Queen of Pain. It's hilarious because he's got to swap out the Morbid Mask, but he's got his spell life steal of 30%, so that's fine.
It's just for the auto attack damage. Plus, later in the game with the Bloodthorn, you'll ensure no mischance comes out. It's an easy way to deal with the Troll Swirling Axes. You obviously can't buy an MKB on this Quap. Really, still anybody's game.
It's kind of crazy to say considering like how much has been moving up and down. But if you look at the graphs, no one has had a crazy advantage. It has been in the favor of TNC for the goal as well as the experience. But it's nothing that a 47-minute game as well as one team fight can't repair.
Exactly. It's all going to be about which team takes the fight at which timing. Yeah.
Took 47 minutes, but all the other towns are down, and here goes your Aghanim Scepter from AA.
Yep, the 17-second frostbitten duration now. And the reason that's important is because let's say you lasso the Quap, right, the Sumail Quap, and you don't do quite enough damage to kill him, and he blinks out. If you get the Ice Blast off, he can't re-enter the fight. And that's what's important. You don't necessarily need to land a kill on these cores now to keep them away from your squad and then allow the rest of your team to just continue to pursue, find these squishy EG supports, and could just really chase.
But you got to give a lot of props to Sumail as well. His blinking, he's almost predicting where the ice blasts are coming. He knows the blast is going to fly over the top of his team and towards himself in that fight around mid. And what does he do? He just blinks as far to the east as possible and then re-enters the fight. So if the ice blast does miss from TNC, I'm wondering just how strong they'll be. Like, it always seems like, it's like, oh, does Ravage hit? Does Black Hole hit? Does Ice Blast hit? These huge AoE abilities are just so critical. If they don't hit, EG need to capitalize.
I feel like maybe TNC forget that Sumail has no buyback because they didn't. I'd love to see them start hunting him. He's just finished the Bloodthorn, which is the right move, recognizing, look, I have no buyback. I'm going to buy out. I'm going to be as strong as possible.
And
even
then it's a
the
nullifier too. Oh, I love it.
Hero deletion, baby. He's got so much lockdown in addition to the AoE fear now that his Scream of Pain provides. Very important. There we go. We take out this Shrine. TNC trying to gain a bit more map control, but
I do like Gami's itemization as well. It's like, okay, well, Quap, if you want to blink on us, if you want to do anything like that, I need my guaranteed lockdown, building the Abyssal Blade. A little extra sustain as well. He's already got 3k HP.
I think at some point he's going to need to split that Sanjin Yasha for a Manta, though, because this Orchid will become an issue otherwise. Bloodthorn, rather.
All right. Arteezy did the creep skipping. The bottom lane's pushing in. He does not want to walk directly back up the lane. He's walking underneath the Observe Ward, through the river, through a choke point, and there goes the Lincolns. He never got the rage off in time. Silence him up, and there's no way to help. S4 was coming in close, but run yourself away. Buyback is available.
Man, if he just like rage TPs there, he gets out. But instead, running through the river. But great ward, another great ward for the AA.
You're still going to hold him with lasso. I think he's still going to end up.
Nah, you can't. They have no method to pop in Lincolns through BKB though.
Ah, true.
It's just a miscue, but that's. I mean, they're going to be able to force a buyback. You got to just keep playing careful if you're TNC. But this is definitely your go time. No buyback on Quap still. Sumail needs another 2.5 minutes, and they're going to get Arteezy's in a couple moments. This will most likely be EG's fight for the game.
They're smoking. They're ready to engage. Look how far back the Ancient Apparition is not involved. They won't be able to pick her off. Good Observe Ward already down from Tim's. And Armel will instantly commit the exorcism. Fortification is available for EG, so they can buy some time here if they want to. They won't before the tower dies. And here comes Crit, going for the stun. The Troll Warlord is a primary target. He trapped inside this Aghanim Scepter storm, and he goes down so quickly. Armel wants to revenge onto the support that did all this work, but now he's getting kited out. Fly continues to run. Tims comes with the evidence, but he doesn't get close. He can't get closer. He couldn't blink. He already did it, and he couldn't burrow strike the rest of the way. The full man's up, and Armel is trapped. Troll is most definitely back, but here comes the Sonic Wave, pushing it back out again. Death Prophet's down, and it's Gabby being stunned up. Arteezy putting his basher to work with that high, fast attack speed. Burrow strike from Tims, but he's silenced up. It's Sumail's control that's doing the work.
Man,
and TNC do not get this push right.
Thanks. Thank your stars for this 180 GPM talent on Fly. Suddenly, like, did they not know he had an axe? Because Gabby was playing like he wasn't aware, and you can see just how strong this Aghanim Scepter is. Great initiation from Crit, just blindly blink stunning. and then flies there to ensure that there's nothing Gabby can do to survive. Now TNC are on the back foot. They're the ones without the buyback.
Look at that net worth. It spikes up. He got 500 gold as well from just that one kill onto the Death Prophet.
Yeah, TNC, they had the right idea, but they just didn't recognize that this time it's EG. It's like really cool out as this game's continued. It's like the sides keep taking turns about who's got that special tool to win this fight. And now it's like back to the drawing board for TNC. What are we going to do for the next one? Answer's probably just kill Fly. But they did burn the Arteezy buyback. Neither one position now with that extra life available.
So Mal's going to push so hard. He's got his buyback off cooldown in 30 seconds time. So here's your buyback in from SK.
Surprised they're backing here. Roach cannot spawn just yet. You want to get at least
feels like
tier 3.
Yeah, they need the tier 3 so that they can go and take the shrine. Because they need to remove this so Roshan becomes easier. Whoops, catapults. That'll do the work. It's a little unfinished missed business.
It's a good point. Like both sides doing a good job recognizing like what their windows really are. You can get the tier 3, as you said. This equalizes the advantages around the Roche pit, which we can assume will be our deciding factor in this game.
Roshan's a quick one. He's only 37 seconds of the potential 3.
Yep. You've got a lasso on Arteezy, the Ags Disruptor ult for the Troll. You want to take out one of these heroes because they don't have the buyback. That will win you the game. If you can do that at the start of the fight. Both sides know their win conditions. It's just a matter of who outplays who. Vision will most likely decide.
My God, you see the money that Samel just pulled in through bottom. He's got enough for the nullifier now, but not a buyback as well.
It's going to save it, but it's always questionable. If you save buyback when your other big core doesn't have it available, you're always at a risk of like maybe you can't. You can be the one who dies. The other guy can't. I like the decision to just buy out. Get that nullifier.
He'll have enough money anyway, because he's gonna like he already sold his item, so he's got surplus enough.
Yep, and up at their end of the pit.
Yeah, they are. They're doing this fast. This has the refresher shard.
That's huge.
This is so the refresher shard is the game-winning style.
Hang on.
of item, but maybe they find the opportunity. Crit into Cuckoo. He's going to get rid of that lasso. Impossible. The exit system is already out. The spike camera's hit. Strike. 10. It's going to be hit so huge. Fly is going to be that quickly, but the storm is 9 to 12. Tip is sticking out. So you'll lose Fly, but there's no escape for 2 minutes. The last. So Nix is out to be pulled back as well. Mel needs more damage onto the cores. EG, they have these buybacks and they're going to manipulate them.
That's a huge win for EG though, because Tim's does not have one. The big ults were used on TNC and they do not get the Roshan. So EG will be able to claim that objective, even though they had all the buybacks. They're now the ones with the big gold lead, and they should be able to claim this critical third Roshan.
No, they got the refresher orb. They got a refresher orb on Death Prophet. She's got her second ultimate again. Bat Rider, the longer duration Firefly. He can give the information. Gabby has his BKB and Satanic. He's ready to fight. And EG, they feel it's a male. Ooh, blinks up, goes for the scream. He's looking for Cuckoo. He knows he's sitting on a perch. He is a bird. But they need to get rid of the Observe Ward. Samel back in the pit. Cuckoo still giving all this information. Here comes your eyes. 3 together. EG split. Gabby comes in as well, but the Invincible Blade is stunning him up. He's still got a Satanic, however. He's not triggering it just yet. Not enough life loss. Arteezy still wants the kill. The exit from Marmel is doing some work, and now Gabby turns on the Satanic, takes the life, but the Aegis immortal. It'll let down whopping. He is going to kill everyone, but can he do it all over again? The PKB's not there. Satanic is gone, and Arteezy. It's his turn. Gabby is locked inside the storm. Down they'll go, and this may be it for EG when they manage to get the Troll down for 2 minutes. There will not be an exorcism, and they're coming straight down mid lane.
Oh, TNC, if only they had the Sand King. It could have been such a different fight. The A ult hits on 3, but there's no follow-up. EG get a huge win.
Do they just go
no
tier
buybacks
4s?
on the court. No, you go for Throne.
Yep, they're going for tier 4s.
You just do it. There's nothing you can do if you're TNC.
And they're ready to fight again. Like Nullifier and Bloodthorn from Samel is causing so many problems. We've got Dagon, Bill from the Ancient Apparition. Whatever you've got to find any kind of kill to buy space. But with no exorcism for 85 seconds, it feels like it's impossible. And this game should belong to EG. Here comes Your Eyes Blast. Crit gets hit with the backpack in for a double stun. Then it's going to hold, kill them off. And Evil Geniuses, they will get the G out from TNC. They kill off the throne. And we are going to a deciding game. EG fighting hard, fighting strong, and still fighting scrappy.
Yeah, kudos to Crit though. I mean, for the last 3 or 4 fights, he found the initiation, just straight up blink stun.